Happy New Year. This is awesome, man. 2019, this is going to be such an awesome year. 2018 was so incredible for this channel, and I'm beyond grateful for all of the support and everything. 2018 for my channel was insane. I can't wait to see what 2019 has to offer for us, and I'm just so excited and just so pumped to be able to go on this journey again. I want to set a goal and see if we can reach 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We gained over 12,000 subscribers in 2018. That's insane. 30,000 is about 13,000 off, so it's possible that we can hit it. I promise that I'm going to be making a lot more videos and I'm going to be more consistent, and I hope that you guys are here with me on this journey. I am going to be doing a lot more different things on the channel too. I made a couple Fortnite videos. I know some of you guys don't like that content, and that's fine. You don't have to watch it, but I do encourage everybody to at least watch one of them to really decide if you don't want to watch it or not. But regardless, I'm excited for all the content that I'm going to make this year. And with that being said, this video is going to be the top 10 Total Drama characters. I know that everybody knows who my favorite character is, and I know that my top 10 has been shown in videos before, but I've never given a full in-depth analysis on my favorite 10 characters, and so that's what I'm going to do in this video. I'm not going to be able to use any footage because every time I do, I get copyrighted like crazy, and it sucks that that's how it is, but fair use has not really been exactly a thing for my channel in the recent months, so because of that, there's going to be a severe lack of footage in this video. I apologize, but nonetheless, let's get into the video. Coming in at number 10, I have MacArthur, and MacArthur is a character that I really hope returns in a regular Total Drama style season. Now obviously there's no confirmed Total Drama style season, and there's probably never going to be one again, but let me dream. MacArthur is one of my favorite characters just because, for me personally, she was the life of Redonkulous Race. The new life, that is. We had Owen in there being the life of the party, as he always is, and it was awesome to see him in, and MacArthur was almost like his female counterpart. She's very similar to Owen in the sense that they're both, you know, the heavy set, laughable, funny, obnoxious kind of character. I mean, that's just their archetype and that's their stereotype, and I think it worked really well for her. The fact that she was a police cadet too added a whole new can of worms to open up in terms of writing for her character, and I really like that. There's so much that they could have done with her character and so much that they did do, and there's just random things that they did with her character that I enjoyed, like having the subplot with her and Brody was really cool, and just having her and Dramarama as the random job person is cool too. I also feel like she's a character that can't be harmed by a bad placement. You know, there's a lot of characters who are really good, but they don't really place very well. Izzy's a pretty good example of a fan favorite character that always places horribly, but it doesn't really hurt her anyway. Another example would be, for all you WWE fans, Elias is a really over wrestler, and he's one of my personal favorites, but he never wins, and he doesn't get ruined by it. That, on top of so many other reasons, is why I really love MacArthur's character. Coming in at number 9, I have Gwen, and I know a lot of people have her in like their top 3, but personally, she was never a character that I loved while I was watching this show. It wasn't that I didn't like her, it's just whenever I thought of my favorite characters, she was definitely not somebody that came on my mind. I don't know what it is about Gwen's character that I enjoy. Maybe it's just her association with a lot of other characters that I like, the fact that she's OG, but also she has had a lot of really cool things happen. One of my favorite Gwen things was her friendship with Lashana, her relationship with Trent, and also one of my favorite scenes from Gwen is whenever she kicked the escape psycho killer with a chainsaw on a hook. She's also a character that can't really be ruined by a bad placement. I mean, she went from second place to like dead last every time. Obviously not dead last, but you guys get what I'm saying. In All-Stars, I actually thought for a second that they were going to have the first double winner be her. Probably for the best that they didn't do that. There's a whole lot of different things they could have done with All-Stars, let's be real here. But Gwen has made a lot of accomplishments throughout the years, and I think that she has really proven her worth as a character. The majority of you guys watching this know why Gwen's a good character, so I'll just leave it at that. Coming in at number 8, I have a choice that's going to be pretty controversial for a lot of people, but it's Lightning. I freaking love Lightning's character. He is one of my favorite, man. He is so funny, at least to me, Every time he's in an episode, I just love it. He really is one of my favorite characters, and he's just hands down one of the funniest in my opinion. It's just the stupid stuff that he says, man. The fact that he doesn't really care about the game, but he also kind of cares about the game is one of my favorite things about him. And that he's a lone wolf too. He doesn't ride on anybody's coattails, and he doesn't let anybody ride on his, and that's one of my favorite things about him. I know I said I was going to give like an in-depth analysis, but I feel like that'd be really boring, so I'm just going to kind of tell you guys why I like these characters. I think I've pretty well made my point with Lightning's character. I know that a lot of people don't like him because he's arrogant. You guys got to understand, satire is a thing, and Lightning is a character that is not supposed to be a nice guy. He's just supposed to be that ironically funny kind of character, and I think that they did that really well with him. And that's one of the main reasons why I really like him. Coming in at number 7, I have, in my opinion, the robbed winner of Total Drama All-Stars, Scott. Scott is easily my favorite character from the Revenge of the Island cast, hands down. He was a really good strategist, man. I mean, he was top 3 probably. I'd say Heather and Alejandro are in the top 1st and 2nd placements, but Scott's probably 3rd. He was arguably the only person in Revenge of the Island who was really strategizing to win. I can't really think of anybody else who had a big game plan and strategy in Revenge of the Island, except for B, who had like a couple of things that he would do, but that was about it. He single-handedly took down almost the entire cast of Revenge of the Island, and he doesn't really get enough credit in my opinion. His relationship with Courtney was honestly really fun to watch. Even though Duncan's my favorite relationship in the show, I still thought that it was awesome to see that random pairing together, and it for some odd reason worked. Seeing him out of his comfort zone and in a different story arc like a relationship arc was honestly really fun, and I'm glad that they did it. Rather than being redundant and just making him the evil villain of the season, they gave him a different role. They gave him the more comedy relief kind of character, and I really like that. I still believe that him and Courtney should have been in the finale for All-Stars. They were definitely the best characters of the season in my opinion. But Scott is easily one of my favorite characters of all time. Coming in at number 6, I have Alejandro. And I don't know what it was about Alejandro at first, but I was just naturally drawn to the character. I don't know if it was just his accent. We got something different than the normal Canadian Sourier kind of, you know, like we actually got somebody a little different, a little diversity in there, and so it was fun to watch him. And also just the fact that he was such a good villain. I mean, he was a great strategist. I think Alejandro was a better strategist than Heather, but as for the actual role of the villain, Heather was probably better. There was just so many different things that Alejandro did in the game that I absolutely loved. One of the things that I shouldn't like, but I actually enjoyed was whenever he got Noahh out. Whenever Duncan came back in, he convinced him to vote Noahh out, and he was just kind of like, sure. Like, it was, you know, just random things like that that Alejandro did that didn't seem like that big of a deal, but it actually ended up being a pretty big deal in the long run. I don't want to be sucking up to Noahh too much, but if he was still in the season, Alejandro didn't get him out, who knows where he would have went after IC London. He could have went all the way. You could probably say that about every character that's eliminated, but it's still fun to, you know, think about stuff like that. But nonetheless, Alejandro really is a powerhouse in the Total Drama franchise, and in All-Stars, I wanted Alejandro to be the first double winner. I feel like he was the best strategizer out of that season, and he definitely was my favorite up until the point whenever he was eliminated, and then Scott eventually took that role. Courtney is pretty close too. Him and Heather's relationship is always something that I'm never gonna know how to feel about, because on one hand it's like, you know, not really, I don't like this, but on the other hand it's like, oh, the two evil minds together, it's pretty cool. I don't really know how to feel about it still to this day. But putting all the other people aside, Alejandro by himself is easily one of my favorite Total Drama characters, and I would love to see him again in another season. Coming in at number 5, I have somebody that probably nobody expected to be on this list, because whenever you think of the top Total Drama characters, you think about the contestants, but not the hosts. I'm of course talking about my boy Chris McLean. He is easily one of my favorite characters, as you could probably tell, given the fact that this is, you know, my top 10 favorite characters video. But seriously though, I think that he is criminally underrated. A lot of people say that he's mean, and oh my gosh, this guy is so mean, that's why he's not the best. Like, how old are we now? Really? We're gonna call somebody mean? He's mean, so he's not gonna be a good character. You know what I don't understand? A lot of people who say that Chris is mean and psycho, so they don't like him, they also say that Heather's the queen and Heather slays. No shade to Heather, but seriously though, I think that Chris is easily one of the best characters. I would say more Total Drama Island Chris than Pocateo Island Chris, just because Pocateo Island Chris was just kind of like there, and he was just kind of the host of it. I didn't really think he had any shining, crowning moments, but as for Island, he was great. great. One of my favorite things to look back on, and one of my favorite examples of how Chris was in Island, is in Phobia Factor, whenever Chris is chilling on the beach with Trent, and he's using that remote control to get the hail on Jeff, and Chris and Trent are just chilling and talking to each other, and they're just acting like buddies, and I honestly love that. I think there should be a fine line between buddies and host, though. I don't want him to be all BFFs with them and then, you know, just like not be himself, but at the same time, I don't think that they should have the psychotic Chris going on type thing. But as for Chris by himself, I think that he is definitely somebody that should come back. If they ever do another season, he needs to be the host. They'll probably go and make another one because they don't know what's good for them, but I seriously hope that Chris does return as the host if they do another season. And even if they don't do another season of that, Dramarama, Jude's dad, make it Chris. They are the same voice actor. Chris should put tins on. I'm sure he would 100% be down for it and he would love it. I think it'd be awesome. But seriously though, Chris, hands down, one of my favorite characters. Coming in at number 4, we have my favorite female character of all time. I hope she wins a season because seriously, how has she not won a season at this point? It's the girl who needs to win a season. Have I mentioned that she needs to win a season? Also, I really think that she needs to win the next season of Total Drama. It's Courtney. Like I just mentioned 18 times, Courtney is the best character, in my opinion, to never win a season of Total Drama. She was just so fun in Total Drama Island. I wish that they would have kept that Courtney in the future seasons, because by All Stars, you know, she was kind of like, you know, hey, what the heck are you guys doing with her? And in action, especially, she's kind of annoying in action. But Island, man, she was awesome. I loved her. The way that she was the goody two-shoes, who also had a fun side with Duncan, just the way that they articulated her character and wrote her character, it was just awesome, man. I think Courtney is best whenever she is dating Duncan, because those two just have such a great connection and they vibe off of each other, and the energy that the viewers get to receive and experience, it's just awesome. Basic Stranding will forever be my favorite episode of all time because of the awesome stuff that Duncan and Courtney do in that episode. Raiding Chef and Chris's fridge, leaving the fish, and then Chef running the challenge, just everything makes for the best episode of Total Drama. And a lot of that has to do with Courtney's iconic presence in the episode. If they do another season, she needs to be in it. She needs to get back together with Duncan, just because I'm selfish and I want that to happen really badly, and she needs to win. I love Courtney's character a lot. The top 4 is the hardest for me to do. Courtney's always hard to place. Ultimately, I went with number 4, and these next 3 are all guys. You probably gathered that from me saying that she was my favorite female character, but it's really difficult for me to rank these guys. A lot of the characters that are my favorites, it's by like a 16th of a percent difference. I love all of these characters a lot. But ultimately, in 3rd place, I've decided to go with Duncan. Duncan is the definition of an amazing anti-hero. Every single season that he's in, he has played the role of the anti-hero beautifully. I cannot think of a character who has done it as great as him. The only actual character, not Total Drama, that I can think of is Deadpool, because he's not a hero and he's not a villain, and he does it really well. I think Duncan does it really well too. His relationship with Courtney, as I just talked about for 30 minutes, is easily my favorite of the series, and it's one of my favorites in television history. And that's one of the main reasons why I love his character so much, because it gave me a fresh take on his character. I got to look at him from a different perspective, and I really liked it. It reminds me a lot of like a high school relationship, and that's what it would have been if they were in high school, because they're all 16 in Island. I don't know, there was just something about it that was like really adorable, and it was just really easy to fall in love with the storyline. And all of Duncan's interactions were awesome, and I really liked him. His relationship with Harold, it was obviously, they're not BFFs, I don't really know, because in Island it was the bully and the bullied, but then in action it was kind of, you know, like they have their moments where they can kind of respect each other and be on the same page, and then there's the moments where it's like, you know, Harold, like, eat your underwear. There's just something about Duncan's character that I've always loved, and I will forever say that he is the only winner of Total Drama Action. There is no other person who won, no alternative winner. If you say that there was, you're lying, and that's that. Duncan is one of my favorite characters of all time, and I would not be upset if he returned for another season. At this point, there's only 2 guys left, and it's always really difficult for me to decide between these 2 guys. And that might come as a shock for some of you, just because I may come across as the biggest Noahh fanboy ever. But in all honesty, he's not my favorite character by a long shot. There's a lot of characters that I really like. I just happen to like him a little bit more than everybody else. So with that being said, kind of spoiled second place. But in the number 2 spot, I have Owen. For some reason, a lot of people consider Owen and Duncan to be overrated characters, and I don't think they really understand what overrated means. I know a lot of you guys watching this video who consider them are spamming your keyboard, smashing it right now, punching it, maybe kicking your dog, I don't know, getting a little upset, but hang on for just a second. To be overrated, you have to be really liked without doing anything to back it up. Duncan has made merge every single season that he was in. Owen has also made merge in every single season that he was in. They have both won a season, and they're both within the top 10 characters to be in the most episodes. They may get a lot of screen time, but that doesn't mean they're overrated. That means they're good enough characters to be able to be on the screen for a long time. So whenever you get angry that Cody or Eva aren't in all of the episodes of every single season, sit back and ponder the thought that maybe it's because they suck and they can't handle the spotlight.
Triggered.
But seriously though, Owen is one of my favorite characters of all time, and I think for good reason. Just all of the things that he's done, man. He is so funny, so lovable. There was never a moment where I was just like, yeah, I'm sick of this guy. I don't like him anymore. I really do like him a lot. And even in Dramarama, he's a pretty prominent character, but it doesn't bother me. Even though I feel like the characters on Dramarama are different, and I know a lot of you guys feel that way too. I don't consider them the same people as Island, but I still like them in that too. A lot of the characters that are my favorites are from the original first generation, and that's because I feel like they were all written the best. Total Drama Island is the season that I allude to the most because, like I just said, it was written the best. It is my favorite season of all time, and I really loved it, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that the cast was just so amazing and the writing was spectacular and everything about it was really enjoyable, especially the winner, who is my boy Owen. I could ramble all day about Owen, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. So coming in the number 1 spot, ladies and gentlemen, I have my boy Noahh. This is obviously not a shocker to literally anybody who knows a single thing about the channel, but this was a lot harder to decide who my favorite character was than you may think. He's always been my favorite, but there's been a lot of times where I've rewatched seasons and found a lot of characters to be really enjoyable, and I've thought about, maybe I like them more than Noahh, but most of the time Noahh just RKOs them back into oblivion and he takes the number 1 spot again. I know the common theme with what a lot of people say about Noahh being their favorite character is that he's so relatable, but I want to say that I've been saying this for like 3 years now, so if anyone's allowed to say it, it's me. I'm claiming it here. But it's true. I mean, I used to be so relatable to Noahh. I'm not really as sarcastic as I used to be. I definitely can be, but in, real life, like the actual real world, face-to-face conversations, I'm not really sarcastic, at least the majority of the time. I definitely can be sarcastic, but not every single sentence like Noahh is. My sense of humor is kind of all over the place. That's why I'm able to like so many different characters. But Noahh, I feel like, is probably the strongest relatability that I have to a character. And there's just something about his character. There's always been so much potential for him, but now I feel like if they make him win a season at this point, it would be too much. I wouldn't complain, but they would have to write it really, really, really well for people to enjoy it. I think you guys understand. I don't need to sit here and ramble. I've already done that for a long time. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but the recording right now is well over 30 minutes, so I think I'll just leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is the first time that I've done a top 10 in a hot minute, and surprisingly, this is the first time I've done a top 10 characters video. I mean, I've definitely done top 10 characters, but those were for single seasons, and so this is the first time that I'm actually sitting down and breaking down my top 10 characters and telling you guys why, rather than just saying, number 17, this person, number 16. So I'm excited to see your guys' reaction to this video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys are excited for 2019 as much as I am. I can feel it. This year is going to be awesome for this channel, and I'm just really, really, really looking forward to everything that's in store for us. I'm going to try to do at least one top 10 a month. That doesn't seem like a lot, but honestly, I really didn't do a whole lot last year in 2018. That's so weird to say last year. Feels like it was just a day ago. But seriously, last year, yeah, that's weird, because it's really only been 2019 for me for about 2 hours. So yeah, it's kind of weird. 1:41 in the morning. It's not even 2019 for some people right now. I'm like in the future or something. But whenever you see this video, I'm going to be in the past. That's trippy. But seriously though, I can't thank you guys enough for 2018. It was really one of my best years. It actually literally was my best year for YouTube, and it was just so enjoyable, and I'm just beyond grateful for everything And like I've said 100 times, I'm excited for 2019, and I hope you guys are too. So yeah, please like the video if you did enjoy. Comment down below what you think of the video, and in the comments down below, let me know your guys' top 10 and why. I'm interested to see what you guys think, and also, if you disagree with my top 10, let me know. Don't just say, wow, I can't believe this person was on there, you suck. Give me an actual reason as to why they shouldn't be on the list. This is subjective, it's all my opinion, so if your favorite character is not on it, it's probably because I'm not you. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We're currently at 17,298 subscribers. By December 31st, 2019, I want to see that number be at least 30,000. I think that'd be awesome, and I think it's possible, so let's do it. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe. I hope you guys have yourselves a fantastic day, week, and life. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Happy New Year's, and peace out.
I hope you're dead.